So here's part four, the conclusion. It's going to be really short. So we've talked about Columbus Day, President's Day, MLK Day. We've even talked about the possibility of a Charlie Kirk holiday. And this series of videos was created by someone who did a TikTok and said something like, if they don't make Charlie Kirk have a holiday, then I'm not celebrating MLK Day. My guess is you probably haven't been, except for the fact if you work someplace, you've been enjoying the benefit of having the day off. But I don't think you've been sitting around watching videos about MLK like my family does and having special church services like my church has or whatever. You've been just living life. It's kind of like how I handle Columbus Day. Like, yes, it's a federal holiday, but I don't celebrate it. The beauty about America is you don't have to celebrate the federal holidays. You can even, but yet you can still benefit from it. If your work closes, you can take off work and not think another thing about it. Or if it's a holiday that is very dear to you, you have the freedom to celebrate it. You have the freedom not to celebrate it. We don't have to do anything except make sure we don't get in the way of someone's freedom to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. All we have to do is just live our life, follow the laws of the land, and live as we choose. It's kind of like the whole notion of saying the pledges, standing up for the national anthem, which I actually do, hand over heart. Except when something frustrates me in the news, I'll probably sit it out just to kind of work through my frustration. But pretty much, we have freedom. So if there is a Charlie Kirk holiday, I just want to prepare people. It might happen, and it might not. Right? You know, when Ronald Reagan allowed for MLK Day, he didn't want it. And yet here we are because of the way our country functions as a conversation. And I think it's important that that's there because we are never going to get rid of racism. We're never going to get rid of polarized ideas or old ideas that should be gone and obsolete because we're human. And we have different flaws in our ways of thinking and being. But the way America was structured is to account for that so that everyone has a chance to participate in this democracy in some way, but there are these checks and balances that protect the country from going way off the rails. And I know things seem really dark right now, but I am choosing to believe in the structure that has been in place for hundreds of years that has continued to protect us as a country. I'm going to believe in that system. And so I just want to give some hope. Number one, if Charlie Kirk becomes a holiday, it's not going to be because just some people just made it a holiday. They may do it privately, but as far as it being a national, if Charlie Kirk gets a holiday, it's going to have to go through a lot of conversation. It's going to have to go through a voting process. And there's probably a good chance that the vote won't go in its favor because there's just too many people that have a struggle with him. Even those who even respected him have some struggles with things he said. But at the same time, you know, I thought after January 6th we wouldn't be where we are now, but yet here we are, and he could get a holiday. And I want to encourage you that if he does get a holiday, because things just work out so that one vote that was needed, that person was homesick, I don't know. It could happen. And if it does happen, I want you to remember that you live in a country that even though that may happen, you have the right to respond to that in your own personal life in a way that makes you comfortable and free. At the same time, if it doesn't happen, I don't want you to think that the country has gone woke. It's because the system in place to vote these things into being worked in such a way where the amount of votes just didn't go in your favor, that even though you just can't imagine why somebody wouldn't want to make him a holiday, right? Like, I know people who I know of Christian schools that say they do not celebrate MLK holiday. That's their right. I don't understand. I'm like, how do you look at what this man did and not in the name of Jesus want to celebrate MLK Day? But they don't want to, and that's their right. And the same thing goes for if Charlie Kirk gets a holiday or doesn't get a holiday. We live in a country that gives us the freedom to respond to these things in a way that makes us comfortable because we are all free. And don't you forget it.